fantastic derby with Camelot. And it is Golden Horn, driven out, remains unbeaten. And Taylor is striding clear to win the Cazoo Derby.
Good morning, everyone, and a very warm welcome to Epsom Downs on the eve of the Cazoo Platinum Jubilee Derby Festival 2022. Nick Luck alongside one of the modern Epsom greats, Kieren Fallon, who won the Blue Ribbon no fewer than 3 times. This was the week in which we mourned the loss of Lester Piggott, the most successful Derby winning jockey of all time, with 9 successes. Since the war, there have just been a handful of jockeys who have won more than 2. Kieren is one of them. He shares 3 with Pat Edery and Walter Swinburne and Johnny Murtagh. Willie Carson won 4 Derbies. You are in really privileged company there, and those 3 days must be very, very special memories.
Yeah, they were the days that we'd always look forward to. That was our key part of the year, is the Derby, Oaks and Coronation. It was very exciting.
And for you as a rider, was there any challenge quite like this one, the 12 furlongs of Epsom Down? Was there anything as intense and which required such concentration?
No, because even the parade was always probably one of the most difficult. Of course, they're getting on their toes. They want to get on with the show. And obviously you have the parade for a furlong. That was for me, that was the most, nerve-wracking thing. As soon as away and canter, away we go, up to the top of the hill, then we relax, trot and hack away down to the start, and it was easy after that.
I always got the feeling with you that the higher pressure the occasion, the icier your veins got. You enjoyed that. You enjoyed the idea of your competitors being, a little bit antsy, and you could be as cool as you like.
Well, I'll be honest with you, it's the horse, trying to get in rhythm with your horse, especially if you haven't ridden them before, and just getting to know them on the way down, how they act on the course, because at home it's all different, and different tracks they have the trials at Chester and York and Lingfield, but it's just different here. It's just the whole atmosphere is different.
Now, you won the Derby 3 times, as I say. You won it on Oath in '99 for Sir Henry Cecil, and then you won 2 Derbies for Sir Michael Stout on Criskin, who wasn't going to run until 48 hours before the race, and then Northlight, all a bit more straightforward, in 2004. Famously, you won the Derby from stall 1, and we're about to conduct the draw here on Oath. Is it mythology that that's way more difficult than anywhere else, or not?
No. I was told when I got the draw note by it's the coffin box, but it made no difference to me. You're running straight for a furlong. It's how you negotiate where you're drawn, and then after going a furlong, well, it's in your own hands after that.
And as I said, this is the week where we mourned the loss of Lester Piggott at the age of 86. What a magical spell he cast over this place. And what impact did he have on you when you were riding around here? Did you go back and look at the tapes of him riding?
I watched all his races, not even in the Derby, and especially around the world, wherever he went. If you could get them, it's not like today. They're so easy to find that we had the big old disc stand, But you had to watch him. He was a genius, and he was just an icon. There was something magic about him, and he took that to the track.
There's something quite appropriate about the size of the field for this year's Derby if we're looking back to Leicester's day, because we've got a big field Derby by modern standards. It's only the 3rd time this millennium we've had a field as big as this, and with Eden's defection it still leaves us a field of 17. Eden, it was announced by Roger Varian yesterday, wouldn't run because he picked up a small injury, hoping to get him back on track later in the season. The other 17 do stand their ground. We haven't had finalised riding arrangements for Ballydoyle. You used to ride in this race a lot for Aidan O'Brien. You're familiar with Aidan's MO. He likes to leave it right to the last minute to decide who rides what, or tell us who rides what anyway.
They know what they're doing, unless something picks up an injury or something goes a little bit wrong. I think Aidan knows, who he wants on each horse, He'd have his homework done.
Yeah, if we get that through to you between now and the end of the draw, obviously we'll provide you with that information. We're making an assumption maybe that Ryan Moore, who's won the race twice before, will ride Stonehenge. But anyway, he's one of 3 in the race for Aidan O'Brien as things stand. Now, you spend a lot of your time, Kieren, riding out for Charlie Appleby now. Yeah. He's got 3 horses in the race. He's won the race twice with Massar and Adayar in 18 and last year, respectively. Of his trio, who do you like the best?
I think James Doyle and Walk Up Stars.
Really?
Yeah, only because he's come on so much from Lingfield, even though I like Nation's Pride before that, but the way Walk of Stars has improved. And he came around here, he looked really good when he worked around here. Once I worked canted around here. So he'll be the one, you know, he'll be the one for me, and his value as well.
It'll be quite something for James Doyle to have won 3 of the first 4 classics of the British season, having never won a British classic before the beginning of this season. He rides Walk of Stars, the second string, or is he, for Godolphin? Charlie Appleby with 3 in the field. Now, there are 5 jockeys having their first ride in the race this year. 5 jockeys have never ridden in the Cazoo Derby. We know Jack Mitchell, Danny Tudhope, Jason Hart hasn't had a ride in the Derby. What are all of them going to be thinking as they get to the start? Will this be a complete culture shock for them?
Look, it's going to be different, you know, the whole atmosphere. But I think when they get to the top of the hill here and are walking down the hill, they get their, you know, their whatever they want to get together, and their thoughts, or you know, and then the rest will happen, you know, when the gates open.
Okay, all right. Shall we crack on with the draw?
Yeah.
Let's do it. Right, I'm going to spin the barrel and I'll pull out the number of the horse, and then Kieren is going to tell you where that horse is drawn. So I've given it a good shake. I don't want to take too many liberties. Horse number 11 is first out. That is Royal Patronage for Mark Johnston. Jason Hart having his first ride in the Derby. Royal Patronage owned by Highclere Thoroughbred Racing. And there you go. Royal Patronage will come from the inside. The Oath Adayar stall, number 1, been successful 6 times since the stalls were introduced in 1967. Right, here we go. The next horse out is number 17, West Wind Blows for Simon and Ed Crisford. A first Derby ride for Jack Mitchell, who also rides Rogue Millennium in the Oaks. And West Wind Blows will come from
11.
Stall 11. Okay, give him a good spin round. All right, number 7 is next, one of 2 in the race for Andrew Balding. This is Masekela in the colours of Mick and Janice Mariscotti. Jason Watson will be taking the ride. It's his first Derby ride as well.
Number 8.
Number 8 for Masekela. Okay, number 16 is next. That is Westover for Juddmonte Farms, the Silks of Khalid Abdullah. Last successful in the race with Workforce. Rafe Beckett.
Number
Rob
2.
Hornby has first Derby ride. Stall 2. I'm right in saying that no horse has ever won the race from Stall 2 since stalls were introduced in 67. The next horse out is number 12. That is Sonny Liston for Chelsea Thoroughbreds. Tom Marquand was second in the race on Khalifa Sat for Charlie Hills.
13.
Stall 13 for Sonny Liston. Number 15 is Walk of Stars, Kieren's fancy for the race, for Godolphin, Charlie Appleby and James Doyle.
9. Number 9.
9 for Walk of Stars. Number 4 is Glory Days for Andrew Oliver. Ronan Whelan with his second ride in the Derby.
Number 10.
Stall 10. Next out is horse number 9. That is Nation's Pride, supplemented into the race by Charlie Appleby for Godolphin. William Buick looking for another win in this race, having won it on Massar.
Number 5.
Number 5. I think that is number 6. Number 6, Hu Yamal, in the colours of Ahmed Al Sheikh for Andrew Balding
3.
and David Probert.
Number 3.
Stall 3 for Hu Yamal. In the colours of Khalifa Sat, just making double sure there. Number 1 is Changing of the Guard for Aidan O'Brien, winner of the Chest of Ours.
16.
To the outside, Changing of the Guard. Possible pace from outside. Number 2 is Desert Crown. Desert Crown, the favourite for Saeed Sahel and Sir Michael Stout.
12.
Desert Crown will come from stall 12 in the hands of Richard Kingscote. Richard having his second ride in the Derby. Sir Michael Stout looking for his 6th winner of the race. Number 3 is El Habib, the outsider for Stan Moore.
14.
Will come from stall 14. The outsider, just the once raced El Habib, made his debut in a listed race at Newmarket. Will come from 14. Number 5 is Grand Alliance in the colours of Epsom-born Paul Roy and bred by him.
17.
17, the outside post for Grand Alliance. He'll be ridden by Danny Tudhope for Charlie Fellows. Danny having his first ride in this race. Number 14 is Stone Age, the shortest priced of the Ballydoyle trio, running in the colours of Peter Brandt.
Number 4.
Number 4 for Stone Age, the Derby Trial winner from Leopardstown. Aidan O'Brien seeking his 9th victory in the Cazoo Derby. Number 8 is Nahani in the cheek pieces for Adam Kirby, riding a son of Frankel for Godolphin as he did last year.
Number 6.
Number 6, stall 6 for Nahani. Another one likely to be to the 4 early. Number 13 is Star of India, another one for Ballydoyle for the Tabor Smith. Oh, Magna combination.
15.
D Stakes winner.
15.
15 for Star of India. Of course, Chris Kinn famously won the D Stakes before going on to win the Derby.
Yes.
Got an all right ride as well in the race. And 10 is Piz Badil for Donica O'Brien. Frankie Dettori looking for his 3rd success in the race.
Number 7.
And he comes from number 7. Piz Badil comes from number 7. And that, I hope, completes the draw for the Cazoo Derby 2022. Kieren, your observations. Desert Crown more toward the outside. Is that a problem?
I don't think it is a problem. It depends on where he wants to sit in the race. You know, if he takes his time or if he wants to go handy. You know, I don't know what he'll be doing.
If you're on a pacey horse, or if you're on a horse who wants to be toward the 4 on a very strong stare, like a changing of the guard, for example, and you've drawn to the outside in 16, how do you play that then? Are you brave enough to use your horse early, or do you just take back?
You have to go forward to take a chance. I think a lot of the jockeys will be doing it. The ones then that steady, that need to take back and try and ride a bit of a race is very, very difficult. But you definitely don't want to overdo it, the revs earlier, you won't finish. So
there's just a little bit of a discussion taking place off camera. I'm just looking at the BHA adjudicator here, Tom Byrne, just to see if he's happy with everything. Tom, are you happy? Yeah. All good, all clear. We've got a horse in every gate, and I think that completes the festivities here for the Cazoo Derby. You're looking forward to the weekend. When you get here on a day like this, you breathe the air in, lovely sunny day. Do you wish you were back here riding in the race?
Yeah, it's like home to me. I love it, especially when you're out there on the track and just cantering away. As I say, when you get to the top of the hill, you relax. It's beautiful, beautiful scenery, and the crowd here. Everything about this place is electric.
And as I say, it's a beautiful day. You want to know what the ground's doing. I spoke to Andrew Cooper. The ground at the moment is good to soft, good in places here. It's a drying day, perfect conditions for drying. Is a gentle, warm breeze. Temperatures up in the low 20s, I'd say, Kieren, wouldn't you?
Yeah, and Andrew Cooper is one of the best in the business. He's unbelievable, clerk of the course. And you can be sure that over the years, since back when I started riding here, he had always beautiful conditions, always beautiful ground. Regardless, as I just said to him there, even when it got soft, it didn't feel soft to get through it so easy, He's amazing.
Yeah, just quite interesting. Those of you who are looking at the historical going stick readings, it's 6.4 at the moment and drying. Good to soft, good in places. Andrew feels that by the end of today, it will have swapped round to good to soft in places, and you'll be struggling to find the good soft places. The crucial point is if we don't get the deluge of rain on Saturday, the far side strip that he's opened up for the Derby, he already says is that little bit quicker than the rest of the course. So you could be looking to the livelier side of good by Saturday if there's no rain.
Yeah, I think it'll be perfect conditions. There'll be no excuses.
Mm-hmm. And when you were trying to make your challenge in the race, generally speaking, there were two things. You wanted to be forwardly enough placed, and the other thing you said to me was, don't waste ground.
You have to save ground around here. You look, they're going to start. They'll start making a move, or trying to get nearer the front from about the mile, and if you have to go around them, all the way around till you get down to probably to the 4, you're losing a lot of ground, and that's not ideal.
Oath was a good ride. Northlight looked quite straightforward to me.
It was easy, yeah. He made it easy. It was a lovely big horse to just like to gallop, so I was handy. and I knew he'd stay. And he was just a beautiful horse to ride.
And Chris Kieren was the one, I guess, if you're going to take one with you and say, that was me.
Chris Kieren was lazy. I was gone probably a mile and a quarter out. He was never, ever on the bridle. You know, it was a great training performance because we didn't think he'd get here. And he did, and he won.
And of course, Chris Kieren, colours will be carried this year by Richard Kingscote. On the favourite Desert Crown, Saeed Sahel, same owner, same trainer, Sir Michael Stout. You've ridden for all the greats, Sir Henry Cecil, Sir Michael Stout, Aidan O'Brien. What would it mean to you? And I know you're a man flying the Godolphin flag now, but what would it mean for you to see Sir Michael win another Derby?
Like I said, my heart is in. I'd love to see it. I mean, he was great to me. We had some great days, and it would be great for racing. I think everybody wants him to win.
And Frankie Dettori and Ryan Moore, they're looking to emulate you, Walter Swinburne, Pat Edery and Johnny Murtagh, all as three-time winners of the Derby, for Willie Carson, but no one's ever going to get close to the peerless Leicester, are they?
No, and to really just sum up how difficult it is to win this race, you've just done it, and to be able to do it 9 times, it'll never be done again.
And in those days, 17 would have been a small field. This year, delighted to say, it's a good-sized field. It'll be a wonderful spectacle coming your way on Saturday afternoon, the Cazoo Derby. That is the draw. Kieren, thank you very much.
Thank you, Nick.
Anthony Dunkley is waiting for us back at base camp just to reprise who's coming out of which stall for this year's Cazoo Derby. Dunkers, it's over to you.
Thank you, Nick. Thank you, Kieren. There are the confirmed stalls for the 243rd running of the Cazoo Derby, 4:30 at Epsom Downs, live on Racing TV. And yes, the biggest field since Wings of Eagles sprang a shock in 2017. There were 18 runners on that occasion, 17 go to post here. To remind you of them, Royal Patronage breaks from stall 1, the same stall that Adiyar took it in last year's renewal. No horse has ever won from stall 2, as Nick Luck said. Westover breaks from there. Hu Yamal is in 3. Stone Age, one of the fancied runners, from a low draw in 4. Nation's Pride 5. Nahani is in 6. Anthony Van Dyke won from stall 7. Donica O'Brien Pittsburgh goes from 7 this year. Masakela 8, that was Golden Horn stall in 2015. Walk of Stars, Harzand in 2016 came from 9. He bids to emulate that. Stall 10 has been very good to Derby winners over the years. Glory Days holds that position. The most recent one came in 2018 with Massar. 11, West Wind Blows. 12, the favourite at the moment, Desert Crown, breaks from 12. Serpentine 2020, Australia in 2014, one of 8 winners in the race for Aidan O'Brien. 13 is Sonny Liston. 14, El Habib. 15, Star of India. Changing of the Guard breaks from a lofty draw in 16. And 17, the widest draw of all, is Grand Alliance.